a zucchini plant that's supposed to bury you in fruit by July. Instead, the leaves curl, the stem hollows out, and by August, the plant is dead. 3 states over, that same variety is producing 40 zucchini off 1 seed. I grew every vegetable on the easy list everyone keeps sharing in real backyard conditions. Only 3 held up no matter what. The other 12 depended on one thing that list never mentioned. I spent 3 summers blaming my soil for that same zucchini dying, switched varieties, moved the bed, started over. The problem showed up every June, weeks before I ever saw a bug. It started right at the base of the stem, where the damage actually begins. That same list also called one plant impossible to kill, the same plant a lot of backyard gardeners can't keep alive past June. One of those 2 claims is wrong. I'll show you which one and why. Somebody reads a list like that and trusts every line of it. Mint goes in along a sunny fence because the list called it nearly indestructible. Rosemary goes into a nice ceramic pot on the patio because it's supposed to thrive on neglect. 3 months later, the mint is crisped by July in a hot backyard, and the rosemary's roots have rotted sitting in a pot that holds water 2 days after every rain. Nobody did anything wrong on purpose. They followed the list. For anyone who hasn't seen it, the list runs zucchini, mint, rosemary, cherry tomatoes, bush beans, sweet potatoes, okra, kale, chard, collards, Malabar spinach, green onions, asparagus, Egyptian walking onions, and garlic chives. 15 plants, 1 blanket promise. Plant these and you're basically done working. The list wasn't lying exactly. Everything in it is technically true. Rosemary does thrive on neglect, but only in the ground, in fast-draining soil, in a dry climate. Mint is nearly indestructible too, except in extreme heat. The problem is what got left out. 10 different channels repeat the same 15 plants, and that repetition starts to feel like proof. It isn't. It's just the same shortcut copied 10 times. None of them mention your zone. None of them mention whether you're growing in the ground or a container. None of them mention what pest is already established in your area before you ever plant a seed. Here's what I think. There's no such thing as a universally easy vegetable. There's only the right vegetable for your yard. A list that treats every climate and every soil and every pest calendar the same isn't simplifying things for you. It's skipping the part that matters. And that gap is exactly why some of you have killed rosemary twice while your neighbor down the street can't kill it with a shovel. That gap costs you differently depending on what you planted. In parts of Missouri, squash bugs and vine borers show up on schedule every June, and a zucchini plant that's supposed to produce 40 fruits is dead by August, hollowed out at the stem before anyone even spots the first bug. In Florida, mint that's supposed to spread like a weed just burns in the heat and has to come inside to survive. Rosemary is the one that flips the whole test on its head. It's the plant every list calls foolproof, the one that supposedly thrives on being ignored. And one of you told me it's the hardest thing you've ever tried to keep alive. Both of those things are true at once. Rosemary does thrive on neglect, in the ground, in fast-draining soil. It also rots first in exactly the setup most people give it instead. A decorative pot with poor drainage, watered on a schedule instead of by feel. Same plant, opposite outcome, and the only thing that changed is the one variable the list never asked about. The same blind spot runs through practically everything else on that original list. Cherry tomatoes are forgiving compared to a big slicer, but not in a pot that's too small. Bush beans are fast and trellis-free, but foliar disease catches up to them in humid climates before that 50-day mark ever arrives. Sweet potatoes, okra, and Malabar spinach all need a long, hot season to perform, and all 3 will just sit there in a short or cool one, technically alive and doing nothing. Kale, chard, and collards shrug off frost, but cabbage worms and aphids don't care how tough a plant is against weather. In every one of those cases, the plant simply never got tested against your actual conditions before somebody called it easy. The list passed. Your yard didn't get a vote. So here's the test I run now on every plant before I trust the word easy. 3 questions. Does it tolerate your actual climate, not just mild weather in general? Does it forgive the way you're growing it, ground bed, or a container? Or does it need one specific setup to survive? And is there a pest already established in your region that specifically targets it? There's a plant that almost passes all three, and it's worth mentioning before I name the winners, because it shows how even a true story can fool you. Green onions regrow from kitchen scraps you'd otherwise throw out, and one of you told me they've had the same patch going in their yard for over 40 years. I believe it, but 40 years in one yard proves the yard, not the plant. In a harder freeze without mulch, that same patch can die back to nothing, and a gardener starting from zero in a colder zone won't get that story on the first try. Testimony isn't the same as passing the test. It has to hold regardless of zone, not just in the one yard where somebody got lucky. Run all 15 from that original list through the 3 questions honestly, and only 3 hold up everywhere, every time, regardless of zone, soil, or pest pressure. Asparagus is one. Plant it once and a bed can keep producing for 15 to 20 years. No replanting, no guessing, no season where it suddenly stops working. Egyptian walking onions are another. They don't even need you to replant them. The bulb clusters form at the top of the stalk, get heavy, bend the stalk down, and root themselves wherever they touch soil. And they shrug off cold that kills off half a garden in the same week. Garlic chives round out the 3. They come back every year on their own, tolerate heat, cold, and being ignored for weeks at a time, and you only ever cut what you need while the rest keeps growing untouched. Everything else on that original list is conditional. Which one has burned you worse? The zucchini, the mint, the rosemary, or something else the list swore was easy? Tell me your zone too. I want to see if there's a pattern in the comments. Once you've got your 3, the fix for everything else is matching the setup to the condition, not assuming the label already covers it. If you're in a region with heavy squash bug or vine borer pressure, zucchini isn't off the table, but it needs row cover early and daily eyes on the stem base in June, not a plant it and forget it approach. If you're anywhere summers run hot, mint belongs in a container you can move into shade or indoors, not in the ground where the list promised it would take care of itself. And rosemary wants to be planted straight into well-draining soil or a terracotta pot with drainage holes that actually work, watered by feel, not schedule. Never a glazed pot that holds moisture like a cup. Everything else on that list follows the same logic. Check your USDA zone, call your county extension office about what's actually attacking that crop this year, and if you're growing in containers, plan on feeding more often than you would in the ground. Every watering washes some of that soil's nutrients straight out the drainage holes. Trusting a list without running this test is a little like trusting a stranger's GPS to get you around your own neighborhood. It might get you close. It's not going to know about the one street that floods every time it rains. And treating a house guest like mint as low maintenance because a list said so is how you end up with it 3 feet past where you planted it, elbowing out everything nearby. It doesn't ask permission, it just moves in. Run this test once and you stop losing a season to a plant that was never going to work for you anyway. You know within minutes of reading any list which of its promises are universal and which ones come with a condition attached. So no, this isn't 15 easy vegetables. It's 3 that don't ask you a single question, and 12 that are only easy once you've answered theirs. That's the difference between a list built for clicks and one that actually gets food on your table. If this saved you from planting something that was never going to work in your yard, subscribing means you catch the next one before you waste a season on it too. A lot of what went wrong here with the rosemary and the mint comes down to the container itself, not the plant. The guide on the site walks through exactly what a container needs that a garden bed doesn't. Links in the description. I checked my rosemary's pot for drainage holes today. If it's a glazed one holding water after every rain, that's the whole problem, not the plant.